Your healthcare needs are unique, and so is our offering.
The average middle-class South African family has no retirement plan, no life insurance and no medical aid scheme in place. Of those who do have a medical scheme, 1 in 4 are saying, I'm paying way too much for medical cover and have nothing to show for it. Damian, is that a reality today, or is that just kind of a misperception because people have no idea how to make the most of their medical scheme?
It's probably a bit of both, Michael. I think if you have a look at the past, medical scheme inflation has been outstripping normal inflation, our benefits sort of erode, so you kind of get this feeling of I'm not getting what I should be getting, you know. And I think the other part is also true. You may not be in that situation, but you don't know what you don't have. You kind of get a brochure, you never look at it, you put it in a file, and when something goes wrong, you kind of think, oh, this medical aid's useless. The fact that it's changed or it's been communicated to you, you probably don't remember. So both of them, I think I can understand the consumer. Consumers going, I'm not getting what I should be getting. And it's definitely changed over the last sort of 10, 15 years, you know, benefits are eroding.
So what has changed in society as well is customization. I can tailor things to my needs. Can we do that with medical schemes?
Yes and no. And I know it sounds like we're standing on the fence.
That's the second question.
No. I think a lot of medical schemes you can't. You kind of get what you get. And then it's kind of Henry Ford's old adage. You can have any color car you like as long as it's black. And that's kind of where you sit and you're stuck. We have tried in Momentum to bring customization because you need to be able to change the benefits as much as you can do within the law that we have to be able to suit your unique needs and, for that matter, your family's needs. Most medical schemes have a range of options, some as many as 20 or 30 of them. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're customized to meet my need.
Are there additional benefits outside of just cover when I fall ill?
Absolutely. You can purchase flexible savings accounts that's outside the medical scheme. And the advantage of that is then you can tailor things to suit better needs. Well, I don't have to have a black car now, I can have a red one or whatever. So you can do things around the benefit that make it more flexible. But there's also other features. I think a lot of medical schemes today have sort of loyalty reward programs and things like that, which sit outside the medical scheme and generally not for when you're ill.
So what you're really answering is the question as to if I exhibit healthy behaviors, am I going to be rewarded for that?
Absolutely. I think that's some of the things that we haven't done well as an industry. As an industry, we sort of only help the guy when he's sick. You know, the old stitch in time saves 9 type of approach is what we should be doing a lot more of as a medical scheme. Help the people to be healthy. Look after them when they're healthy, let them do the right behavior when they're healthy, reward them for doing that behavior. And as a result, that hopefully they don't get sick or as sick later on in life.
Sure. What can you do with medical savings other than just kind of be a backup for if you have a shortfall in payment?
Well, medical savings was we called them the new generation type of medical schemes way back in the late 90s. And it's kind of, we've moved on a little bit since then. So I think medical savings, and it's just very, very quickly, I know we don't want to get into too much jargon and detail, but medical savings aren't that flexible anymore. You know, in an option, you get a certain value. And you can't increase that value or decrease that value unless you change the whole option. So kind of go back to Henry Ford, kind of not that flexible. So the savings account, and the nice thing about them is if you don't spend them, they carry over to the following year. So there are some real good positive pluses to that. What we need to do is start bringing some flexibility back to them. So I might be on the same option, but you need more. So why don't save more? Why don't you have the ability to save more? So we have something called Health Saver, which is a savings account used only for medical scheme and medical scheme things or medical conditions. And you can save as much as you want to in that savings. So now you and I can be on the same option. We can in fact both buy a hospital plan, but I take Health Saver and now I've got a savings plan. Now the nice thing about that is it's outside of the medical scheme. So you can put in and take away, if you like, whenever you like. It's not I can only change this component.
That's right.
Each
Someone
year.
else is deciding what
exactly.
I can do with it.
I can put it in as I like, and it pays things that the medical scheme may not be allowed to pay. So it can pay for cosmetic surgery. I want to go for some Botox, or I want to have laser surgery done on my eyes.
Really?
As you've built savings up in there, you can do it.
Damian, a lot of short-term insurance companies popularise the whole idea of if you don't claim, we'll give you money back or we pay you back. Is there a similar kind of process within the medical scheme fraternity?
We used to. A long time ago, we used to have benefits or features in products called low claim and no claim bonuses. Now, those are outlawed. You can't do those anymore. What we've tried to do is to kind of bring back do the right thing, the preventative care. But it's not only for healthy people, and I think that's the challenge in the medical scheme industry. Those low claim bonuses only impact the healthy people. So what we've done is we want people's benefits to be higher if they do the right thing. So if I do the right thing, I get more value. So once again, sort of outside of the medical scheme, but it's attached to it, we have a program called Health Returns. So whether you're sick or healthy, you can participate in it. And in fact, we want the people who are sick to actually participate in because we make them healthier. And as a result of them becoming healthier, they live healthier lifestyles and so on. So we reward them with money. And that money can be increased if you put it in your savings account. So we actually double it up and triple it up for them. So you do the right thing, you can earn 100 Rand, let's say, 100 Rand back in your benefit makes 200 Rand. So now all of a sudden your benefits get better and enlarged for doing the right thing. And we call that health returns. We kind of give you some return for doing the right thing.
That's fantastic. Yeah, pay your TV license, it's the right thing to do, and live healthy, also the right thing to do. Damian, we've had a lot to talk about in the last couple of minutes, but if you were to tweet probably the most important aspect of a medical scheme, what would that tweet be in a nutshell?
Well, tweets are generally quite short, and I'm generally quite long-winded, so I'm going to have to make this quick.
I know that, that's what I'm saying.
I think make sure you're on the option that makes sense for you. Buy one that meets your unique need.
Being active has never been more rewarding.